My name is Olivia Smith. I'm a rising junior in high school at Hillsborough High School out on Central. I'm not working yet, but I'm glad that I did Summer Job Connection for the 2020 year because I believe that it enabled me to just get a lot of the experience I'm going to be needing in the future to go into a professional field. A little bit about me is that I do a lot of volunteer work out in the community. I work with the Spring of Tampa Bay here in Tampa, as well as the NAACP Youth Council. In terms of experience, I guess you could say one of my first jobs was actually teaching Korean at a language camp for underprivileged youth who were girls at the Center for Girls down on Florida Avenue. But where that came from was I studied Korean for a good 6 years. I'm really interested in languages, so linguistics has always been something that's been of interest to me. And besides Korean, I also study Chinese currently and Spanish. And I'm pretty conversational in all three, so I'm a little bit proud of that. In the future, for my future career, I want to go into neurosurgery. So obviously linguistics is something that's a big part of how the brain understands cognitive thinking. And I just really love science in school. I think that's a little bit it. My favorite Zoom meeting was with Mr. Angel from Regions Bank about financial literacy. I did get a lot of questions answered while we were on the call. I do feel like it was really relevant, especially in the time period that we're in right now. And I know as a teenager, some of us don't do as well with managing our funds, but I was glad to see that there are people and resources in the community that are able to help us start getting on track for planning for college and just investments in the future. Because when you're younger, there aren't a lot of resources and programs that you can go to in order to get financial help. And although it's not something that's taught widely in school, because I think in Florida, economics is like a 1 semester class, and I think it should be something longer than that, because financial literacy does really transform the role money plays on your life as you get older. And I think that if you can get ahead of yourself when you're younger and just know what you're doing in order to invest properly in the future, then you'll probably have a better financial relationship with yourself, more stability, because of the virus's, I guess you could say, presence in the community. It's kind of a privileged answer, but I'm in FBLA, which is Future Business Leaders of America at school, and this year was actually my first year. One of the things we didn't get to do, which I'm extremely grateful for, was go on our state competition trip. But more personally, I want to say that I've lost a lot of people that were kind of close to my family. My grandmother on my dad's side actually passed away. She had pancreatic cancer, and the entire COVID situation didn't help at all. Because of that, we weren't able to go to her funeral, which was kind of upsetting. But yeah, it was COVID. It's because it's just terrible. I do believe that if we, as a community, like people in general in the United States, had just gotten together and done those 2 months of quarantine, we probably would not have been at the epicenter that we are now. COVID is just crazy. Going to junior year, I'm grateful to say I wasn't a senior, because I do feel like it would have been a big letdown to go in your final year of high school and everything has changed like this. But I do think that COVID has taught me to appreciate what I have more so because I can't do a lot of things now than I would have done pre-COVID. But I just think that people should realize that what you have isn't something that's perennial, and that everything is just not permanent at all. You should really be grateful for what you have in the situation.